top 5 of immigrants communities in this country in 2019, who do you think they are? We are not used to cultural diversity in this country. And now, because we're receiving lots of people, we are dealing with this and we're talking about it, right?
Hola amigos and amigas and bienvenidos to otro video. So it's a las 12 de la tarde and I just left the hostel, finally out walking around, and today we have a few things on. So this morning gonna look for my Rode microphone, did a bit of research yesterday, so I actually found the distributor because yesterday while I was on top of that hill I realized that some of my footage I couldn't use, and it really feels like you're walking on the side of the road because the curve, there's hardly a curve here. It's pretty much flat and it feels like you're walking on the road level. So as I was saying, I was editing yesterday's vlog and I realized I couldn't use some of the footage because it was a bit windy on top of that hill, and you know, I don't have my microphone, so the internal mic on this camera is really capturing every single bit of wind, and yeah, I can't have that. You know, it's windy most days, and especially when I do my treks and I'm out in the open, not in the city like this. Yeah, it's really gonna stuff up the audio. Even now, like the city sounds, the traffic sounds, it's messing up the audio a little bit, and it was a bit hard to listen to, too much background noise, and you could really tell the difference between having like a microphone, having a Rode external microphone, and using the internal mic of a camera. I just came from probably the only Rode distributor like on this side of town, and he had another Rode mic which was a lot bigger, like just a normal video mic for about $100, but he also had my model in the warehouse which he could get, but when he looked at the price it was 200,000 Chilean pesos. That equates to about 420 Australian dollars. 420 for this. I am 100% sure I did not pay that much for this. From memory, this was probably only $220. So Rode is an Australian brand and their warehouse is only actually like 40 minutes from my place. It's probably because we're all the way on the other side of the world. They have to send it all the way here, so they jack up the price. What the hell is that guy doing? Probably the most random things I've ever seen. You guys won't believe what I just realized just then. I lost my sunnies. I was just looking for my sunnies just then and it wasn't in the case, and I left it at the top of that hill yesterday. Fuck! I cannot believe I lost my Life of George sunnies. I love those freaking sunnies. I've had them since Southeast Asia. I knew that was a bad idea. When I was taking the photos up on that hill, I don't know why I put the sunnies next to the camera. Then I must have just taken the camera without noticing the sunnies, and I just left it on that pillar. Fucking hell, I cannot believe I lost those sunnies. Anyway, I was gonna be excited to introduce this, but I am just at the back of the Valley of Santiago, the art museum, and I am on a walking tour this afternoon, a 3-hour walking tour of Santiago City. So they're just over there for me waiting, so fuck. Now I'm gonna be distracted, all sad and shit, worrying about my sunnies.
Levante bien arriba la mano quien quiere tomar el tour en español.
Viene conmigo, chicos. Síganme, por favor.
And if you didn't understand a thing, you're stuck with me. Great, so follow me this way, please. So I grew up in between Valparaíso, 2 hours from here, and moved to Santiago some years ago, and this is always getting better. So I will try to show you a little bit of downtown Santiago today. So I like always to start my tour saying something about the parks and green areas. After that, I'm taking you to the Plaza de Armas, right? We're gonna cross that commercial neighborhood full of museums. And we're gonna go to the presidential palace as well. That's the first long walk. And after the palace, we take the subway. Like any other regular Santiaguino in a Friday afternoon. For coming back and having our last 2 stops close from here, I'm gonna take you to the Cultural Center Gabriela Mistral. And I like to close the tour behind those buildings in a place called Las Tarrias, which is like the after office neighborhood of downtown, so we can talk about drinks and food, of course, and places where to go today night, right? Plaza de Armas de Santiago de Chile. And for those that already have been traveling around, perhaps you know already that every time a Spanish conqueror found a city in Latin America, you have a Plaza de Armas in the middle of town, because this place used to be the armory for defending the city from the attacks of people who already lived here before them, right? The Valley of Santiago was a place where came together at least 3 different cultures in one moment. First of all, you got the Mapuche people. I told you about them, right? From the Mid-South, from places like Pucón, Puerto Varas, Valdivia, Mid-South. And here in Santiago, you got the northern communities. And those guys got in contact with the Inca invasion from the north. We know today that the Inca trails lost its track in the southern side of the desert between Santiago and Mendoza, Argentina. So they got until here. And after the Incas came the Spaniards. It cost for those guys 3 expeditions to cross the Atacama's desert with horses from Peru to the south, until they got a bright idea and they skipped the desert. They crossed to Argentina, went down, crossed the Andes once again, and they start to found cities in Chile from La Serena to the south. Santiago was founded in the year 1541. Can you see that golden mark on the ground? That's the kilometer 0. So Santiago started to be built around kilometer 0, right? And even when it doesn't look like that, this is the oldest point of the city. Say that we are not that much Latin Americans, right? We're isolated in a way, geographically speaking. You got the desert, Andes, Patagonia, and the ocean. We are 18 million of people. Peru, Bolivia, and Argentina are bigger. We don't have the Afro route. Did you notice that? We don't have black local Chileans, because slavery was a reality, but the Spaniards used the Mapuche for that. And they didn't bring African slaves to this side of the continent. You know, we're super long and most of the population is in the middle. And in the middle you could be Mapuche or you could be Chilean, and that's mainly all our diversity. We are not used to cultural diversity in this country. And now, because we're receiving lots of people, we are dealing with this and we're talking about it, right? Top 5 of immigrants communities in this country in 2019. Who do you think they are? Venezuelans, first place. Since this year, first place. Peruvians, second place. Haitians, third place. You know Haiti? This island in the Caribbean? Fourth place Colombian, fifth place Bolivians. Do you know how to say 1,000?
Mil.
Mil. You know the Chilean slang for that? Luca. We also say Luquita, right? But you say 7 lucas, 1 luca, 2 lucas.
And now we are back, guys, back to where it all began, at the Bellas Artes. and it's 7 o'clock now and it's still so bright. The sun's only just about to set now. I think it sets at 7:30 around this place. So everyone's still out and about, enjoying their day. There's one thing about Chile which I saw today is this place is so random. You know, it kind of reminds me a little bit like Mexico. People are just hanging around on the grass, on the street, on the benches. You know, just chilling by themselves. There's a lot of couples as well, a lot of PDA around this place. Everyone is making out. I don't know, like if it was me, I'd just be at home doing my own thing, you know, but it's kind of nice how everyone's out. Makes the city look a lot busier, and it gives like a better vibe rather than everyone just inside the house and not out and about. So yeah, we just finished our 2.5 hour walking tour. Alonso, forgot his name already. He was really good, really enthusiastic, really knew his stuff. So if it's your first time here in Santiago, I definitely recommend you do it with him. Tours for tips, I'll leave the link down below, and there's actually not a set price for those tours. You could tip him whatever you think the tour is worth. In general, it's about 8 to 10,000 pesos, which is 20 Australian dollars, which is what I tipped him. So just back at that empanada place that that guy recommended, and got myself a chicken empanada. Yum. And the thing about Chilean empanadas is that they are huge. 1,800 pesos, so about $4. So pretty good value for something for this size. Oh. I think that's what he was trying to say. Pollo and queso is chicken and cheese. Oh, yum. So anyway, if anything, what that tour taught me is I need to do a lot of reading and a lot of watching. I haven't had a chance to learn anything about Chile, you know, about its history, both cultural and political, because they're both quite interesting. Cultural, meaning the Incas and, you know, how everything came to be in Chile and where the people came from, and politically as well, because I've heard of the names before, don't know anything about the story, but when I've just watched other things, those names have popped up, you know, like the feminist movement in the 1930s and also the socialist dictator. So yeah, that's it for me for today. Got something planned for tomorrow, but I guess you'll just have to join the vlog and see what it is. I'll catch you guys there.